Hello, everyone. Good. That was. I don't know what this was. Like, don't hit me and stop,
wave.
please. No, everybody know
Double hair.
Wax on, wax off.
our table. Hello, everyone. Welcome
Again.
to Tales of Initiative. We are so excited to be here today, bringing you the 12th episode of Sunset over Vengalia. So, thank you to everyone who has, made it possible for us to make it this far. We heart you. We heart the way you make our hearts feel. We
Yeah.
are. I'm just digging myself a hole. I'm not. This isn't. I'm not going to recover from this.
No, that was cringe.
Ah,
That's okay. You're just
It
going
was
into the
cute.
Underdark.
Well, thank
You
you,
tried.
thank you, Sabrina, for being uplifting and supportive. Unlike you, Taylor. Do you want to build a map, man?
Oh God.
We've got D&D today.
That's why I'm here.
I see you drawing there. What's that for?
No, I'm not singing, Dustin.
Come out the door. It's almost time to play.
Yeah, I'm here ready.
We used to use home drawings, and now we're not. You want me to tell you why?
You're going to anyway, aren't you?
Do you want to build a map, man?
Please don't.
It doesn't have to be a map, man.
Go away, Dustin.
TA maps.
I'm gonna tell them.
Don't
If you
you
go
dare.
to TA Maps and tell them Tales of Initiative, you will get a percentage off of your commissions. The bigger the commission, the bigger the percentage. Yeah, go to TA Maps. Check them out. They're cool. They're fun.
I thought you
And
were going
Dustin
to
will
a
never
rap
sing
there.
again.
They're cool. They're fun.
They're fun.
They kick some.
No, I'm not freestyling. That's not. You're not happening. Taylor doesn't sing. I do not freestyle.
I thought this was going to be the musical episode, guys. We need to do a musical episode.
I'm so
Oh,
in.
no.
Sunset
You know what,
over
maybe-
Vengalia, the musical.
Maybe against Taylor's best hopes, we can make this one the musical episode. Judging by things
What
that may or
about
may not happen.
for our 50th
But I won't
episode?
sing.
Our 50th
50th.
episode, we do a musical.
It's like
I'm in.
Scrubs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh,
If you guys want to see Vengalia the musical, we need some feedback on that. We will have a link in the bio for TA Maps. We really appreciate them supporting our stream. They've been a wonderful sponsor, and you should check them out. You will soon see a map here of Vengalia by TA Maps, and I'm so excited. It's going to be watercolors and beautiful, and it's so good. So TA Maps, check them out. Link will be in chat, and also, what other announcements we have? Check out our website. Do that.
yeah.
Colin, what
do it.
can you tell us about our website?
There's an old one that's out right now, and in the near future, we will have a new one, and it's
Mm.
on its way. We're making plans. We're getting things done. There's gonna be some new merch with that, which is gonna be pretty cool.
Are we going to have muscle shirts as part of our merch?
Sure.
Yes.
They don't come with the muscles included, though.
Oh, that's what I was looking for.
No.
Like the shirts that are like the girls in the bikinis or the guys with the, like
Yeah,
the six
yeah,
packs. I was
exactly.
hoping we would have one. Okay, no.
I was hoping
Was
they
it
were
just like-
literal wondrous items. Please set my in real life strength score to 19.
Gauntlets of ogre
great.
strength.
Sorry, my real life strength actually does match Nemeia's in game strength, so like I'm good.
Wow.
Humble boast.
Humble brag.
Flex.
I
Well,
can flex on
mine's
ya.
actually just roses, so
Same.
that's not a brag.
Sorry.
That's
I'm
good. So
really
check out
proud.
our website. You can check all our past streams out there. Check out our Discord. If you're not already a member of our Discord, Why not? If you're here watching this, you should be there talking with us. Let's talk about Vengalia. Let's talk about our other streams. We have Haven. We have other streams. We have
Amazing.
we have one. It's like whistle.
Dustin, you're on one of
Whistle.
them. The Shadows Weave. D&D
The Shadows
5e
Weave.
Star Wars.
I was gonna get there.
Oh, okay. You were
I was-
getting there at
I was
below
try-
hyperspace
No, I was
speeds.
trying. I was trying not to plug Exvantia, which is going to be coming out soon. So guys, there's a lot
Which
of
I'm
cool
gonna be
streams.
in.
Also, make
I
sure
guess
to
that's a
consult your
good reason
doctor
to plug
before
it.
plugging Exvantia.
Yes, if the side effects may include internal screaming, dread, sweats. I don't know.
The meat sweats.
The meat
Exvantia gives you
sweats.
The meat sweats.
We
Oh,
also have
gosh.
one. Haley, you're going to be a part of another one here coming up.
And
It's
Taylor and I are
and-
doing a season 2 of Little Town on the West. It's coming up soon.
Yes!
Very excited
Little
for
Town on the
that.
West.
I'm so excited for
Is
that.
it called Little Town on the West?
I think so, isn't it?
New Town in the West?
Oh, New
Oh my
Town.
god, we don't even
My
know what
bad.
it's called.
Guys, we are professionals. We know what's up. So
It's called Westworld.
Westworld
Sorry,
Overwatch.
we love
We'll
you.
just combine all of it.
Jesus.
We're so
Oh,
excited though.
But guys, we
We
are
really
really
are.
excited that you are here today. We are just really excited that you're here. Matt, we're glad you're back. You were gone last week, taking a
was.
much needed little mental health away.
I was in the far frozen north on vacation, snowshoeing
You
to
did
Edie's
some
Spotify
snowshoeing?
playlist.
Yes, yeah.
Gosh, I picture that song like did you ever guys see the movie Dougal?
No.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Forget it. Let's get on with the show, shall we? Everybody, get your snacks, get your drinks. We are just I don't know why what I was just, I'm just excited. I'm just so excited. Let's go. Sunset over Vengalia.
Let's do it.
When last we were together, the party awoke after their long rest to discover that Vix is missing in action. They quickly find Vix's prayer book and see signs of a struggle and tracks leading off deeper into the woods. The party begins to follow the trail, trying to recover their missing friend. They start making headway very quickly, catching up on whoever it was that appears to have taken Vix. Making up ground and time. However, in their haste, they missed the clues that identified a spiked pit. And a couple party members became close acquaintances with some of those spikes within the pit. Once Nemeia pulled them free and rescued them, they continued on their way, and were so much enjoying the beautiful dead nature around them that they decided to walk around in circles for a while, and got lost, and ended up even at one point back at their own boat. They retraced their steps, got back on the trail, headed in the right direction, and then found themselves once more in a bind, in a sinking situation. They found some quicksand, folks. They found a pit of quicksand, which started pulling them down. Through some lucky rolls, some good strength checks, and just all-around clever use of their survival gear, they were able to escape the quicksand and make their way to the coast, opposite where their ship had been docked, where they saw a giant bugbear named Ovak the Hunter loading Vix onto their tiny little sailing vessel. He was flanked by 2 dire wolves. Appeared that he was getting ready to shove off and make away with Vix when Edie decided that she was going to launch an attack against them. Not realizing how great the distance was, the attack fell short, and it alerted Ovak to their presence. Ovak turned and acknowledged them and said that he was just looking for Vix and the rest of them were free to go their way as long as they didn't interfere, until he noticed Nemeia. The sight of this tiefling with wings was intriguing to him, and he decided that Nemeia would also make a good addition to his collection. However, the party made relatively quick work with some clever use of spells and some wonderful animal speaking / persuasion checks. One of the direwolves ran off injured. The other one stayed put and seemed to accept Rose's offer of help and sincerity. The party had just defeated Ovak. They'd rescued Vix from their bonds. And they looked down the beach and noticed a cottage on the edge of the shore, with lights in the windows and some smoke gently curling out of the chimney. And that's where we'll pick up.
Edie has wrapped her arms around Vix. I don't care in any situation. So, like a weight on their leg.
I'll let you decide when I wake up, because I think it's as per the. I'm in a deep
You were
sleep.
you
aren't
were
I?
you were waking up as they freed you. You'd kind of
Oh,
woken
okay.
up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, what a pleasant little surprise. Hello, Edie.
I'd like to imagine that Rose also comes to check in, just kind of trying to keep the wolf in tow. So you just kind of also see like this wolf that just goes and it's just kind of like next to you. And Rose is also back to her halfling form. Just like you could see the drastic size difference. She could absolutely. This wolf is like basically a steed for her. She's just like going beside and also just going and just so happy. I'm so relieved that we found you.
Found me? Where am I? We're not anywhere near the cave, are we?
You got taken and you're in so much trouble.
I got taken and I'm in trouble. I'm going to need that one explained. Oh,
You just feel Edie squeeze you a bunch tighter.
all goodness.
I also believe that this is yours. I'll take out the prayer book and pass it over.
Oh. And they you see their like hand go to like the place where they normally store it, and like small look of panic as they're like processing having lost it. And thank you very much. That
It
would've
was a
been
little
bad.
bit dirty. I made sure that it would be clean. Don't worry. It didn't seem to be damaged.
Thank you. That's whew, okay. All good. And they quickly like tuck it away into the little pocket.
While that's happening on the boat, Nemeia's just going to look over at Chorus. What the hell, man? You took way too much damage for no reason. Why would you do that?
Chorus coughs up a little bit of blood.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Well, it's better that I take the damage than you do.
I'm going to sort of gingerly press my hand against one of his wounds and try and stop the bleeding. I can't use magic, but just keep pressure on it. And I can take the damage. I can take it. You don't need to protect me.
That's just what I was hired to do. It's fine.
You were hired to direct us.
I'm your guide. I'm here to help however I can, and It would look great on me if you came back in a body bag.
Wouldn't be great if we lost our guide either.
Fair. I'm gonna drink a health potion.
That's fair.
If you want to save the health potion, Vix does have magic.
Sure.
Yeah, that's because he totally would know that.
That's what I mean. Vix actually did try to heal him before Edie got super territorial about that after the fight with the marrow. But she's like, "No, mine.
I'm the cleric.
I'm the cleric."
I also got some healing.
Literally everyone can heal but Nemeia. It's
But
fine.
Nemeia,
Yeah, I could actually heal myself a little bit, but it's just not worth it. I'm still gonna take a health potion because I am really hurt. So
Yeah, you are.
let's see. Ooh, 9 points of healing. I'm almost back to half.
Oh,
I'm slightly over half
I
technically.
was like, wait a second.
Damn.
I may not be a smart man, but I know that 15 is more than
It's-
half
it
of
is
28.
28, yeah.
Amazing.
I'll back off a bit, saying that Chorus is now half okay. And then I'm gonna start looting the
More
body.
than half.
More than just
More than half.
More
okay.
than half.
Just barely more than half.
55%.
He's
He's
no
punching
longer
about
bloody.
55%.
He's fine.
And let me
Yeah.
remind you, so you're wanting to just loot the body?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now we have Vix, Rose, and Edie. You guys are actually on the deck of like the little skiff sailing vessel with together, whereas Nemeia and Chorus are on the shore. So as you guys loot the body, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I knew you'd make me do that.
23.
Is that wolf still there? Or wolves?
yeah.
One of the
Oh,
dire
wolf.
wolves is sitting there with Rose. Yes, he's just sitting.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, okay, so dire wolves are about the size of a horse, and so it's sitting there just like as a dog will do. So just picture like a horse type thing, just sitting, but with giant snout and fangs.
Well,
and stuff.
I mean, Rose is just kind of like smiling at it, like it's okay. I told you your owner wouldn't hurt you anymore. You're free from all of that. Such a good boy.
Make an animal handling check really quick.
Sure.
And Nemeia, what did you roll for investigation?
18.
Okay.
I got a 23.
So-
Nice.
The wolf looks over at you for a moment, and like you see the conflict in its eyes between its nature, its past of abuse. Again, you'd originally had already seen like the scarring around the neck from collar, like that was used to like bite into the skin to break him. And then you see the eyes go from guarded, tense to like puppy dog eyes, and he just
Aw.
and just licks, and his tongue is probably about the size of your body, and so this giant direwolf tongue licks up he's trying to lick your face, but it essentially just knocks you over with the tongue, just giving you a big kiss.
Aw.
Chorus, you and Nemeia find on Ovak, you find 25 gold, a longbow and a quiver of arrows, his battle axe, some studded leather armor that has some gashes in it. You see a little scroll that has a description of some of Vix's personas. Vix that you see in front of you right now, as well as his Duke Bekov persona. There, and then you also see a key.
Chorus holds up the longbow and do you mind if I take this? I realized I don't have any ranged weapons. Could really use something.
No, that's fine. I'm not comfortable holding a bow anyway.
Thanks.
He's not a ranger so much as a shortger.
And up closer.
Malager.
A stabber.
Malager.
Malager.
A Malager sounds like a did you get your Malager vaccine? I did not yet.
I'm gonna leave the leather armor. You don't want to strip the bugbear chorus?
Oh, I'm all right with the armor I have on.
Okay. But I will take the gold. I will take the key. I will dish the gold out shortly, and I'm going to take that scroll.
Okay.
I'm going to leave the battle axe.
Okay.
All right.
And then I'm going to walk to the boat.
Yep, I'll follow. Still bleeding a little bit, but...
Oh.
I can't help you! Stop trying to
Wait,
kill me!
Can I, upon like seeing the bleeding, just go, oh no, and just go like, just kind of just escape. Rose will just kind of just escape from like another like just which just kind of just like almost like pushed her back, and just like getting up onto her feet. It's just like, hey, you did so well, but okay, I think this might help a little bit, and she's going to healing word.
Yay.
Which is perfect. 7 points of healing.
Nice.
Oh, and she kind of just goes and it's just like, yeah, I learned more from all of you, from every combat.
So as she casts healing word, your wounds mostly all close up. Not a lot of like leaking at this point. A lot of aches and pains, but mostly the oozing is done.
Cool. Glad I'm done oozing.
You're not actively spilling out on the ground.
Mostly done.
Mostly.
You might still have a
Mostly.
runny nose. We don't know.
Chorus
Oh,
stands a little bit straighter and, well, Rose, it appears you did fairly well yourself, and looks at the dire wolf.
yeah, he's pretty great, isn't he?
That's a word for it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, look how cuddly. Oh, she goes up to the dire wolf like, I forgot to ask, what's your name? Because she can understand the beasts and they can understand her.
My name is Foreign.
Foreign. Oh, that's lovely. I'm Rose.
Are you my pack leader?
I can if I can be.
We've just adopted a dire wolf.
Yep.
What's his name?
Foreign.
Foreign?
We chased away domestic.
You say we gotta rename him. I thought it was Thorn for just a second, and we could have said that every rose has its thorn.
Oh,
Perfect.
Oh, we should rename like you're Thorn now. You're Thorn. You're Thorn.
Oh my god.
Thorn.
And like, yes, that will suit you so well. Ah,
Yes.
Awesome.
are you hungry? I think I might have a little something, and just go and get like a little like piece of ration and just go.
I mean, there's
That's
Ovak
for
on
you.
the beach.
Yeah, you go eat Ovak later. While you guys are busy, it's fine. Yeah, he happily gulps down the ration.
Yeah, it's just like a little treat.
It's a full day's ration for you, but for him, it's just a little snack. Although for you, I feel like a ration would be like 3 days worth of food because Rose is so tiny.
Yeah, it balances out. She doesn't need as much. Small
And
tummy.
you see Edie look at Vix and like from the laying down position, she hasn't let him get up yet. Them get up yet. How are you feeling? Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine, I'm pretty sure. A little woozy, a little disoriented, but yeah, you seem to have all weathered the the last few hours far worse than I have. Although I
What?
imagine that would have started to go south rather quickly if you hadn't come and saved me. So
Yeah, your hands
Obviously.
do have some, like, your wrists have some chafing from the
yeah,
manacles that he used, and your
Wait,
head is
yeah,
definitely foggy.
We weren't letting you go anywhere. And she's gonna try and help them up.
Vix gets up and I'm glad to see you're allowing me to get up. You seem to be.
Just not fair. Don't go too far from me.
I'll
Once
Too
Oh,
many
I
people
was just gonna
have gone
say-
missing. Hmm.
once Vix is on their feet, Nemeia's just gonna really quickly give him a tight hug and just whisper, "I'm so sorry," and then walk away.
No.
Okay.
You don't have anything. And there she goes. You don't
That's
have
just
anything to
the man.
apologize for. It was my silliness trying to walk away from the group. That was probably my bad.
Oh, yes. That's why you're in trouble.
I'm listening, but I'm not responding. I'm looking for anything that the key might go into now.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, not great. 12.
Up on the top of the deck, you don't really notice anything, but you do see a set of stairs that seems to go down.
I'm going down.
She's yelling
You
to
make your way down the stairs, and you see a door that has a
Making my way
lock on it.
downstairs.
Walking fast.
This is
Keeping the
musical
track
episode.
record, I'm gonna kick the door down.
Make a strength
course.
check.
I'd like to go looking for this key, and when it opens, never mind.
No, no one steals Nemeia's friends and gets away scot-free. Strength, you say?
I'm gonna bust
I
up your
do
door.
say.
I mean,
That is
I know you're dead.
That's a
but-
19.
yeah.
All right.
gotta add more salt to the wound.
You
Absolutely.
kind of go down the stairs, and you just raise your foot and just slam into the door, and it buckles and bends, and it leaves a big, like, it doesn't swing open, but it definitely separated some, and it's coming away from the siding and stuff like that, like where the door connects, but it's not open yet.
I'm gonna do it again.
Okay, make one more strength check.
Do it again.
That's not too great. That's a 13.
So this time, as you kick, your foot actually gets caught in the door. Like, you put a little hole in, and the wood kind of grabs onto your foot, and you're like, and you have to pull your foot out. There's a tiny little hole now in the door where you kicked, but the door itself is still not open.
After the
Everything
first
okay?
kick, after the first kick, Edie has run downstairs. She's like, what's happening now?
Is Edie going to headbutt the
and-
door?
Vix is in tow, so you have been pulled with me, whether or not.
By
yeah.
your ear?
Yeah.
No, I've got your arm.
Vix is following. Yeah, Vix is very, very happy to stay close to Edie if that is something that's soothing. to
Yeah,
you.
and Nemeia was not very far away from me. It's not a big boat. It's big enough to be operated by one person.
Yeah,
This is
she's
just a
still gone
small
down, though.
little cubby area under the ship that she's trying to get
Okay.
into.
What are
So
you
what do you
doing?
do?
Okay. Just half venting, half exploring.
Okay, as long as you're safe. And then Edie's just gonna turn around and
Do you need any help? Would you like any help?
I mean, if
I will state
I probably
again that
could've
there
tried
was a lock on this door, and you're holding a key.
yeah, I was just gonna say
you go to put the key in, the lock is broken.
The lock is
lock-
now broken, yeah.
I've destroyed the lock.
It's broken.
Oh no!
Oh no, our door.
I mean, I probably should have calmed down a little bit first before I came down. I was just worried that someone else may be down here. And then I'll try the lock with the key.
You put the key in the lock and you turn, and it starts turning, but as Edie stated, the lock is now broken from kicking the door. But it does look like this is the lock that key went to.
Ah.
I'm gonna kick it again.
Wait,
Actually, no, I'm not gonna
wait.
kick it because
Hold
I don't want
on.
my foot. I'm just gonna run into it with my shoulder.
Okay, are you going to run into it, or just kind of like lean and just slam into it?
I'll take a couple of steps back and like.
Okay, so this is like
sidestep
right at the
into it.
bottom of the stairs. So I need athletics and then a strength.
Athletics is good. I'll take.
Actually, no.
athletics.
I'm going to say,
Aw.
yeah, I'll allow athletics because you're going upstairs and going to have to run downstairs a little bit because it's like literally right at the bottom of a little stairway. So you're going to have to go up some stairs. But I'll say, I'll give you athletics. You can more
It's
like
20
launch yourself from the stairs. Okay. And then hit it with a strength.
24.
Yeah.
Oh, 24 for athletics, and then strength. 11.
Okay. You you spring off the stairs, and it's pretty impressive, your jump, but you just misjudge a little bit and you clip the door frame and then into the door, but it's taken enough damage at this point that the door actually does bust open as you go through, and you end up on the floor, like on your shoulder. Your wings wrap kind of around you a little bit as you fall, but you are in the room, a little pride bruised, but nothing more than that major.
Yeah. Well, that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I thought that was going to be much cooler. You didn't see that, Vix, right?
Saw what? Sorry, I was distracted.
Awesome. I'm going to get up and look around.
All right. And when you look around the room, you do see. Make a perception check to see if you see more. But basically, you're going to see a cot that's laying on the floor. You see some like leavings of food that had been eaten in there, crumbs and some things like that. A couple water skins. What did you roll?
17.
Okay. Under the cot, you do notice a satchel of some sort of bag.
I take it.
Okay.
Is that all I notice?
Yeah, that was a sleeping area,
Okay.
and you found a bag.
Okay. I turn and leave.
Okay.
Anything interesting in there? Vix is gonna wander in and start looking around as well.
I will find out in better lighting.
Vix taps their rings and turns on some light,
Okay.
and just is also looking around just to see if there's anything that was missed.
Make your own. If you're like deep looking, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I think that is a 18.
Okay. As you're looking around, you see the same cot. You see the crumbs of the food, some meat, bones, and stuff like that that have been thrown into the corner. You do notice, because this specifically pertains to you, some carvings that had been done in the wood that look like they were ideas for what they might have done with Vix.
What are those ideas?
Oh.
They involve. Have you seen Silence of the Lambs?
Oh god.
Aw.
There's some very similar ideas there. They
Nice.
wanted a Vix suit. Ovak was contemplating. If I had a Vix suit, what could I do with changeling skin? Not sure if it would work for them at all or not, but they liked the idea and kind of had like this progression of drawings of themselves like in different forms, all because of Vix skin.
Vix just sort of like shakes their head. Not only barbaric, but just absolutely gauche.
Oh.
A big bottle of lotion, you notice, that
Yeah.
it's just-
Oh,
it puts the lotion on its skin.
Is that even how
Oh,
changeling
no.
skin would work?
moisturize me.
Moisture. Oh no.
Just a skin sheet just hung up. That's Vicks. That would be amazing.
Ah.
I regret nothing.
I am human perfection.
Nope. Big nope.
Oh, yuck.
Oh.
Yeah, Vix does not. Vix's gratitude increases, but does not inform any of the rest. They don't want anyone else worrying more than they need to.
That is brilliant. Thank you for that.
I think while everyone else has been down below decks, Chorus has been trying to introduce himself to the direwolf.
And Rose is trying to help. She's just like facilitating it. Like, go on.
Doing like the shake. He's just this
Yeah.
giant hand, like this like paw that weighs probably close to like 75 pounds, just smacks you.
Yeah.
Make your own animal handling check for
Okay,
us, though. Fanny.
awesome, wonderful.
Add advantage. Add advantage
Yeah.
because Rose is assisting.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
she's basically like saying to Thorn, like the wolf, like, hey, like he's friendly, don't worry, just like me.
I got a 19.
He doesn't because you actually do have. You can speak with animals too, can't you?
If I cast a spell, I can do it.
If you cast a spell, okay. But he does sense a kinship to you through Rose, because he has that communication with her going. He seems welcoming to you, and kind of views you as a right now, like, and you're still kind of an outsider to him, but you sense that with further time you could be seen as like a pack mate, and that you would maybe he's found a new pack to run with.
Oh.
Chorus is just
That's
sitting
so
there going,
cute.
"Who's a good boy?"
I'm going to see like a Two
Doesn't
Towers
matter.
moment in the future with Rose riding in on a giant
Yes.
dire wolf.
Please.
Yes, that is good.
Shadowfax.
Goals.
You see Edie standing on like the edge of the boat looking at the sand and further, and she kind of turns around. She's like, Nemeia?
I've got you.
And remember here, the water is brackish and kind of dark, cloudy and dark. It is not like, and it smells like. It smells like it's like when you've been to a place where there's a lot of dead fish nearby.
Yeah, she's
it
just
smells
realized
like
she's surrounded by this.
briny death is what it smells like right now.
Mm-mm.
Like not like the fresh ocean smell where it got, you've got that vibrant smell of seaweed, and it may, to some people that may smell, but it doesn't smell like death. This smells like things that are dying.
Gross.
Ugh.
I'm gonna come up behind her and scoop Edie up, and then I'll fly 30 feet up, and then take her back maybe 50 feet inland and set her down.
Okay.
If
Easy
you
enough,
try to
Edie's
set
not
her
super
down
heavy.
on sand, you see her legs like go up, like
Like
And
trying
she's
to
like,
put like a
"Look."
kitten like in the bathtub, like the legs just
Yeah.
pull up.
just a
Okay,
little
okay.
further.
Stop squirming! Stop squirming!
Okay. And then I'm
And
set down.
I'll find solid land
Thank you.
and set her down.
It's about 100 or so feet away from the shore. But there's the grass area before it became sand.
Ah, thank you. And Edie's gonna roll in the grass a little bit, get all that sand off of her.
You try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
I imagine your hooves are not great in sand.
No, nothing's good in sand. I've got it all in my fur.
It's coarse and I hate it.
Gets in everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
I have
chorus,
feet.
and I hate it.
Oh, don't.
That That is so mean.
Thanks, Alexa.
Every time. I always forget to turn that off.
The gods are speaking.
Yeah, I'm telling you what time it is. Cool. Yeah, I think then as they are like going away, Chorus probably would get off the boat, but like wait for everybody else to disembark.
Okay.
And if Vix is there, would want to speak to Vix.
Yeah, Vix is following the rest of the group.
Cool. Vix, do you know why someone would have been looking for you here?
Well, there's dozens of reasons one might want to capture any sort of person. This was most likely a foul reason.
Well, I suppose all that really matters is this something that I should be on the lookout for as we continue our mission here?
I would hope not, but not any more so than you would look out for any one of us being captured, I suppose.
All right. That Chorus drops it.
If you must know, he was going to make a suit out of me. Not entirely appealing. I imagine he's far better off dead.
Even had a tie planned out.
Well,
Damn
he did
it.
seem quite nasty. Let's hope we don't run into anyone else like him.
Yes, let's. And to the root of maybe your question, there's no one I know of that would be hunting me. Right, I don't think anyone particularly knows I'm here, other than, or no one would be wanting to know that I'm here, other than just sort of, it's like I imagine it was like hunting some sort of mythical beast for him. That sounds incredibly arrogant.
It's very fitting.
Well, I will try to be on the lookout for any more hunters should they appear.
As will I. I won't, I'll probably take my morning prayers closer to camp from now on to avoid such things.
Good. Of course, walks ahead.
Thanks again for coming to my rescue, of course.
Of course. I imagine we're probably with the rest of the
Okay.
party now by now.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys
Rose,
catch up.
I
You're all
should
back
just
together
Thanks,
on the.
here.
Yeah, there's that house over there.
Yes. Which looks extremely out of place.
Is that
I
smoke?
don't know.
Yes,
I
wasn't
feel
this
like
island like uninhabited when you were last here?
We didn't come this far over to this side of the island, but as far as I know, yes, there's nothing here. The animals were still all gone, but this area too seems fairly dead, even compared to the rest of the island.
I
I don't like
remember
this.
seeing a hut when I circled.
That's not
Should-
good.
Should we go and look at it?
Maybe someone
Maybe,
else is stuck on this island.
or maybe it's the source. I don't know. I think we must be very careful.
Well, I suppose the only thing to really do would be to knock.
Yeah.
Before we do that, is anyone still hurt? Do we need to rest up?
I mean, I'm
Edie
I'm
looks
fine.
down
functioning
at
about
her
60%.
puncture wound through her side. She's
Oh
like,
my gosh! Ow!
Just that small little thing of a puncture wound through.
Just
the
the small detail.
just a spike.
I forgot. Yeah, I'm a little bit hurt.
Well, here, I
I
think
can
I owe
help.
you a few from all the saving you've done for me. And Vix will lean over and just hold their hand to the wound, and you get wow, I should not have rolled.
Ah,
You get
a massive
4 health back.
Oh, thank you. That's okay.
Yay.
I'm nearly full
Listen-
again.
I was gonna say that's basically half her hit points anyway.
That's half my hit points. Yeah.
Wow.
Nemeia just stares in awe.
Yeah, you see, there's a little bit of like, this sort of like purplish glow, to Vix's skin as that glow like moves into you, and there's the sound of a clock ticking.
What was that noise?
Interesting. What noise?
Did you hear it?
I heard it as well. I don't quite know. That was the first time I've been able to try this prayer.
You see Edie kind of jiggle in her dress, and she's like, "No."
No, lots of ringing, but no ticking.
Plot twist:
That
Vix
was
is a
fun.
clockwork doll.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks at Edie for a second and shakes it. Back in the belt.
Well,
Well-
should we rest up or should we just move on? See if we can find out what's going on at the cottage.
How are you feeling, Vix? Do you feel okay to carry on?
I'm right as rain. I feel like I've slept for far too long.
Oh, well, that's
Alright.
good. Everyone else?
Yeah,
Now the
let's keep
adrenaline's worn off, I'm just gonna pull the broken arrow out of my abdomen. That was
All of
starting
you
to
are
hurt.
so injured.
God, how hurt we all were.
I can
Yeah, oh,
help a
yeah.
little bit if you want. Does it hurt?
Mm. Not so much. It's out now, but I think you should save your spells.
Are you sure?
I'll be okay for a little bit longer. We don't know what's up at that hut, and I'd rather not go in empty.
Yeah. Well, if we're not taking a rest and we just soldier on, then sure.
I mean, we could
But
take
You're
a,
getting healed
could take a
right up
short rest.
afterwards.
we can take a short
Okay.
rest and actually plan what to do. Whether we just walk up to the front door, whether we scout. Where's
If
everyone
anyone's
looking at me
paying
again?
attention, Chorus said we have to go knock, so Edie's already on her way.
Oh God.
Nobody can
Wait.
leave Edie, but Edie is welcome to just go where she
Yep,
pleases.
Edie goes where she pleases.
The hypocrisy.
What does that mean?
Never mind.
Vix, unless
It's a-
told to
it's-
stop
it's
her,
a-
is just following
it's
Edie.
a-
Come on!
It's a crisis involving a bunch of hippopotamuses.
Ooh, what's a hippopotamus?
Let's
It's
hope
a
we don't find
really-
out.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're knocking.
I have not the foggiest idea what that is, because my nature sucks.
All right, so you
I
guys are
know.
heading towards
yet.
the cottage.
I suppose.
Chorus is gonna draw his sword just to be safe and ready.
Which sword?
Broken sword.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm gonna
So-
hang back a sec.
Okay.
Just
Are you just
So everyone-
stepping back like you're following, or are you wanting to talk to someone?
I was gonna talk to Chorus about that
Okay.
broken sword.
Alright.
Just still moving away, but I just want to stay away from the group.
Yeah.
Why haven't you gotten that repaired?
Well, there's lots of reasons, but I just prefer fighting with shorter blades. And there is a bit of sentimental value.
I can tell from the way you care for that thing. It's a little weird how much attention you pay to it.
Well, I spent a lot of time on my own, and this sword belonged to someone very special to me. and I sort of keep it as a reminder of them. And, well, if I'm being honest, I've definitely spoken to it a time or two while I was alone. So yes, it means a lot to me. But yeah, I'll take care of it until I die.
Let's hope that's a long time from now.
Here's
I
hoping.
don't walk forward.
Okay. As you all approach the cottage, you approach, and as you get closer, you see it does appear that there are lights on inside and that there is smoke coming from the chimney. And the door, not only is it unlocked, but it's actually open slightly. It's slightly ajar.
Are there any smells coming from the area? Is it still just smell
Make-
like brackish water?
Make a perception check.
Vix is gonna tap Edie on the shoulder. Edie, if you don't mind,
Yes.
I might be able to sneak up close and just see what we might be dealing with.
Yeah. You see Edie pretty much stop like 10 feet from the door and is just looking at Chorus because he said he wanted to knock.
I got a 19 on perception.
Okay. The smell of the brackish water is very strong, but you also do smell a slight fragrance of things coming from inside that are you smell like burning like wood, but also you smell something a little more acrid and pungent. So
I like that.
it's probably a very interesting assault on your nose right now with the brackish death. I love the smell of campfire. You have that kind of smell, but cut through that is something also acrid and
Like
little
burning
more-
plastic in a campfire.
yeah, something. Yeah, when you're like, oh, what do I do with this? Oh, I'll just throw it in the fire because that's
Alright.
what you do when you're camping, right? Everything just burns.
No.
Exactly.
No.
No.
That was actually not an
Don't do that,
endorsement
kids.
to burn things.
Kids,
Don't do
Only
that.
you
That's
can
not
prevent
safe
forest
camping.
fires.
Smokey's gonna find you and eat your parents.
Remember, only you can
Aw.
prevent forest fires.
Smokey the bugbear.
Oh, the owlbear.
Yeah. Vix, do you want to see if you can see what's going on up there, or do you just want to knock?
Let's just check, just to be on the safe side. Considering the
Great.
smells and things, I'm getting a bit of a bad vibe. So yeah, can I try and stealth up and do a walk around and see if there's anything?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll
Dangerous.
stealth.
Whatcha!
So you're wanting to walk the. Okay, so you're wanting to walk the perimeter of
Yeah.
the cottage. Okay.
Yeah.
You walk around the cottage. Nothing on the outside. It really gives off any vibes of anything more than what was already there. It's not this suddenly this. Oh, this is a really nice place, or oh, it's something like nothing triggers even more danger sense. You look through the window. It's hard to see because the windows are a little. When you're close to the sea, like the windows sometimes get that mineral buildup. You look in. It looks fairly neat inside from what you can see. You see like a dining room table. You see a chair, like a rocking chair kind of thing, and a bed kind of tucked in the corner. Nothing seems out of place. It looks like just a nice little cottage on the edge of the beach that
Do I
may or
see
may
a
not have been there when you first got there.
Do I see like a cook fire inside or a stove or anything?
From where you're at, it's hard to see from the windows again with the mineral buildup and everything like that.
Yep.
It's safe to assume they probably have something like that.
Okay.
You do see a fireplace.
Gotcha. Okay. Vix will just come back. I didn't see anyone or anything that jumps out as being spooky. I think we are safe to at least proceed with the knocking plan.
Okay. How's the wildlife here as well? Does the waters also seem? I mean, I know it's brackish, but does it also everything here
The
especially
depth
seems
of the
dead?
island here is it's because this is really only probably about maybe 500-600 feet down the beach from where you guys were fighting. You're on like the side of the island where it appears like it's most dead. So yeah, everything. There's no sign of any wildlife around here. There's definitely no fish in the water around here that you can see.
That's okay. Well, everyone just be cautious in case there's something bad somehow lurking there. But we should probably check it out in case someone is hurt or lost.
Chorus is
Can
gonna.
I knock?
Oh,
You
She's
can again.
been
The
waiting
doors,
for so long now.
the door's already slightly open, so as you go up and knock on it, it opens the door a little bit more.
Oh, lovely. Edie walks in.
Chorus
We're
follows.
doing this.
Amazing.
Wait,
Oh, we're
just
really
like-
doing this.
I love you so much.
Okay.
Hello.
Thorn, stay.
What,
So
what
yeah,
time of day is it?
Thorn-
Is
Stay
it
with
still
Thorn.
morning?
Thorn sits down, just right at the door, and just watches you guys go in. And Nemeia, you're staying with Thorn.
I'll stand in the doorway with Thorn.
Okay.
Is it still morning?
It is probably now about 3 or so in the afternoon.
Okay.
Because you guys woke probably around like 8 or 9. You wandered around the forest for several hours. Getting lost a few times. You know, that time in the quicksand took a little bit of time. You know, all that. So yeah, it's probably 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. As you step inside, you notice the cottage. It's simple. Like the interior is not anything fancy. It's constructed mostly of driftwood, and you see like any gaps that were in the wall have been patched with mud and seaweed. And it is plain, but it's welcoming. You do see a shelf over off to one side that has that appears to have jars and vials and bottles that have like different ingredients and things in them. There's a high back chair in front of the fireplace and a rug across the floor that appears to have recently been cleaned. You do see a small bed in the on the other side of the room that's made up, like sheets tucked in. It looks really, you know, like housekeeping just came through. And you do see a kitchen towards the back of the house. Vix, you'd asked about that, with a small table just to the side. The smell of the fireplace now fills the room with something, again, the firewood, but it's also something more acrid and pungent. Over the fireplace, there is a large cauldron that is hanging, and there is a long wooden spoon just going around stirring.
Chorus leans in, seeing Edie, I'm assuming being very excited by all of the things that she can mess with. Chorus leans in and says, Edie, until we know what we're dealing with, maybe we
Okay.
don't touch anything.
Okie dokie. I'm going to sit in that cool chair.
And right to your other ear, after Chorus utters those words to you, you hear,
Oh.
yes, there are some things here that you don't want to touch.
Like what?
Chorus immediately draws his sword.
What?
Sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. I just, if she needs warning about not touching things, I really wanted to echo what you said, because
Can I see?
there are things, and you turn and you see a woman there. She
Hi!
appears to be
Did we?
a human.
Hi.
Who are you?
Oh,
I'm Rose.
hi, Rose. I'm Vanessa. Lovely to meet you.
Chorus sheaths his sword again.
Um,
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, so you see in front of you a woman, a human woman, with probably a little bit longer than shoulder length brown hair that goes down. She appears younger, probably mid to late 20s. Just beautiful, like almond eyes. A skin that's, it would be pale if it looks like it had been windblown, so it's kind of got that reddish, having been in the wind and the cold a little bit too long. But appears to be very pretty. She's wearing like a long, like yellow dress belted at the waist. And she just says, "It's welcome, strangers. It has been so long since I've had guests." And then she stares off thoughtfully for a minute. Yes, it's been.
Do you live out
long.
here alone?
I do live alone, yes. Here, there, wherever it calls to me.
Can I get an
sounds
insight
so
check
cool.
on this woman?
What
That
do
must
you
be so
want
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna do
lonely.
that too.
Does she live alone? And just also like kind of general read of like, is she kind of aloof and mysterious for her own reasons, or is this evil? Oh
Okay,
wait,
I'll
go
I
go
got
ahead
with
advantage.
and
advantage. I'm gonna do
So
that too.
I always forget I have this ability. So
you
first,
can't roll with advantage on insight because that's your
Yeah.
idea.
Damn it.
You can both roll.
Okay.
mainly just seeing if she actually lives alone or if she was lying about that, and then I'll also
Sure.
use a detect alignment.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Would you please tell me all about what that does? And she points at the cauldron that's got the spoon. I would really appreciate it.
Okay. What did you roll for your alignment, for your insight checks?
I got a dirty 20.
26.
She appears to be telling the truth. She lives alone. You don't see any signs of multiple people. Like when you look, like you see like one bed, you see one chair, you see like the dining room table has 2 chairs, but who can buy one chair with a dining room set? Like, I mean, come on. They don't sell tables with one chair. That's just
That would be even
uh,
more
but,
suspicious.
yeah,
What does she
exactly.
do
No,
with that chair?
but like it appears that there's only like you can see like in the sink there's one bowl. You know, like it appears. Yes, she definitely lives alone. As far as her intentions, they appear to be honorable. She doesn't appear to have any hostility towards you. Detecting alignment, I will message you that information. Um,
Ooh.
just because nobody else would have that information, so don't read too much into that. Gosh. Um,
No metagame.
so you're pointing at the cauldron and you want to know what's in there? She walks, oh, my dear, this is a wonderful thing.
Yes.
It is called laundry. And she pulls up like the spoon, and attached to it you see like some clothes like held over. And like she's kind of just washing her clothes in the cauldron. The smell that you smell burning
Amazing.
as you get closer, you realize that maybe it's some sort of detergent. Well, you might not as Edie, but the others, once she pulls it up, would maybe recognize that some sort of like cleaning solution that maybe she's concocted.
Interesting. Wow,
You are
that's so cool.
very powerful. Do you know a
Oof.
lot of magic?
A lot of a lot is a relative term. There is
Well, I know a little magic, so you must know a lot of magic.
well, I've been around for a while. I've done a lot of studying, and mostly I decided that for right now, my time is served here, holding down the fort, as they say.
Here on this island?
Yes, this is where I currently reside.
If you're here to hold down the fort, as they say, are you aware then of what's going on this island? The death and, well, the strange creatures that live in the caves?
Strange. Oh, you mean the marrow?
Yes.
They don't generally live in the cave. They live deep, deep undersea. Usually aren't a problem for me or for, well, anyone. They're usually not on this plane.
Chorus bristles a little bit at that concept of
Interesting.
extraplanarness.
They used to be good people, mer people who were corrupted, and it's not entirely their fault, really. But now, yes, they will choose bloodshed more often than not. It's hard to reason with something that just wants to rip your throat out, I suppose.
Did you say that they know how to get to another plane?
Sorry.
They are generally sent through, from my understanding in my studies, to cause havoc and bloodshed.
I'm
But
sorry. I just had to ask. If you've been here a while, do you know what's been happening with this island? Has it always been like this?
oh no, not always. That's part of the reason that I'm here. You see, these shores are being corrupted by, well, by some sisters. And they've decided that the people who were here didn't need to be here any longer, and so they took steps to make sure that they were no longer here.
Are they the ones that
That-
sent the marrow?
Did the marrow get to choose to come here? And you see
The
that
answer
Edie's
to-
off in her own little conversation in her own head at the moment.
The answer to both of your questions is no. They did not control the marrow. The marrow are actually frightened of the sisters, and rightfully so. I, too, will not willingly engage with them. I mind my business and do my best to avoid them while still trying to get back what is mine.
Can
What
you
is yours?
tell us more about these sisters?
What do you know of hags?
Nothing.
I've only
Uh,
heard nightmares, bad stories.
Nightmares are pretty accurate for what these sisters are.
Nemeia shuffles uncomfortably in the door.
Can I?
My dear, please come, enjoy, come sit.
I'm okay here.
All right. Vix, you were saying?
Can I make an intelligence check for hags and then also an insight check on Edie's super quick no?
Yes, you may. For hags, I would say it's go ahead and do intelligence.
Is there any specific skill like Arcana or Nature or History?
I would say more
Religion?
probably Arcana.
Okay. Oh wow, this dice is loving me right now. 25 on Arcana.
Okay.
What the hell?
And then go ahead and do your insight check on Edie's nope.
Ooh, you lucked out. I rolled bad on that one. 10.
She doesn't seem to know.
Nope.
You hags are a story often told to frighten children. Go to bed or the hags will come. Things like that. But like any child's story, there is some truth to the story, and in many cases, truth is much, much more often stranger than fiction, and scarier than fiction, because you don't want to tell children that of their horrifying appearance, like their truly horrifying appearance. That hags of any variety tend to be just these hideous, awful images of just creation. They are fey. You know that they also do not have a good or beneficial bone in their body. They are chaotic evil, and they just do anything to see death and destruction. You also know that when they are together in a group, or when they are together as sisters, they form a coven where they can become spellcasters as well as just fighters, and they share spells, and they are not something that is fun to face unprepared. They do have a tendency from your studies to scare people. They have the ability to frighten people, but they also, that there is stories of their glare, their stare, even killing people.
You see Edie kind of look up and she's like, so are they in this plane or are they still in the Feywild?
You don't know that they're Fey. I was just uttering that. Unless Vix is relaying this information to you.
Vix would at least give a summary. I'm aware that they are incredibly evil Fey. And kind of looks over at Edie. They can frighten. They have magic that is dangerous, and they might possibly even kill someone by looking at them.
That sounds like something we should try to stop. If they're
Absolutely.
involved in this island.
I was going to say avoid, but sure, stop. Let's do that.
Hang
Well,
on, hang on.
if we can.
We came to this island to find the townsfolk. Are we getting in over our heads?
It might be one and the same.
Excuse. I don't mean to bother. Those were probably the people that were here that I told you about that the hags took steps to remove. You say that you are here to do something about it?
Find them?
Well, I'm afraid, at least on land, you are not going to find them. The hags took them, probably took them back to their lair. I would venture they are no longer amongst the living.
That does put a damper on retrieving them.
Well, at least we know what happens. Can we go?
Is there no way that we can be sure? Maybe is there maybe the smallest of chances?
The only way to determine that for sure would be to go to the hag's lair yourselves. They are, as you have seen, they're killing the island. The island is dying because of their poison. I'm doing what I can to try to hold it at bay and slow its advance, but I do not want to draw attention to myself because I'm currently not at my full strength. So I'm doing what I can to hold them at bay. But
What do you mean by
perhaps
that?
I'm sorry?
What do you mean by you're not at your full strength? I
Edie,
still
did
haven't
you say
come
something
inside yet
too?
either.
Right, I know. Edie, did you say anything? I thought I heard you say something.
Can we help? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. That's a very interesting question. You may be able to help you if you are here to do something about the hags. I might be able to help you, and at the same time, you might be able to help me, which will in turn help you.
And then we will be friends?
Yes, we can be friends.
Edie, you're way too trusting.
I want to learn magic, Nemeia.
Edie, you know magic.
Only what Aruna gives me.
There
I'm
is
grateful for that.
a weapon that would give you tremendous advantage in combat against the hags. The problem is, it is deep, deep in the ocean.
No.
That. Oh.
Well, never
I
mind then. Thanks for
wouldn't-
your time.
Mm-mm.
The way that you
Is there
say
any
that
way
makes me think that
we could
there's a...
reach it?
Yes, the way you say that makes me think that you might have a way to, as you were saying, help us to help you, to help us to help you, to
Yes.
help ourselves.
Yes, to help you, to help me, to help you, to help me, help ourselves. You get the idea.
It's neither here nor there. Well, it's actually here, but not there.
Oh my god.
So there is this weapon that you can use to give you just tremendous strength that will help you in your fight. But again, it is deep undersea. I can give you the ability to travel safely, well, as safely as one can be in the ocean. I can give you the ability to travel so you can breathe, so that you can see, and recover this item. But while you are down there, I ask that you would recover something that was taken from me.
Of course.
There is a necklace that was taken. It's just a little necklace in the shape of a shell. Once that is restored to me, I will be back at my full strength, and I will be able to offer resistance to creatures like the hags, to others who need help.
Okay.
This sounds like a
But-
lovely little accord. And Vix is going to, like, seeing Nemeia kind of, like, be super not trusting at the door, is just going to send Nemeia a little wink. I think this will
don't-
work out just fine.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
he's going
I
to
would love your
investigate the
positivity.
cave.
Vix.
I'm sorry, you guys kind of talked together. What was that?
Sorry.
In response to Vix, yeah, and that's what was the idea of investigating the cave. And look what happened.
Right, we killed a bunch of evil things, and then I got captured, but you saved me.
I nearly
life without a few-
drowned.
What's life without a few
Oh,
trials
my
and
dear,
tribulations?
drowning will not be a problem.
See?
As I said, I can help you to be able to survive the elements, as it were, the pressures of going deep underwater. Your body will be able to handle that.
What? No
Huh?
drowning?
No drowning. You'll be able to see just like you can on land.
What's
You'll
the
even
catch?
be able to communicate with one another. The
Oh.
catch. Well, I mean, you're going to do something for me. I'm doing something for you. But in order to make sure that you return with my necklace and not just take off with it, I would ask for some payment. I'm not asking much, just a token, really a trifle. You'll never even miss it.
What would you like?
Okay.
Let me see. And she walks up to each of you. And she raises her hand and kind of like puts it on your forehead for just a brief moment. Starting with Nemeia. I sense much anger in you. I would hold on to that for you for a while. You would not have your rage.
Oh.
She walks up to Edie and touches Edie's forehead. Ah. Yes. You would, just for a short time, your magic would be not able to be boosted.
Oh.
I don't know what that means, but that sounds good.
She walks up to Vix and touches Vix's forehead. Your judgment is sound, but I think I would hold on to it for you for a time.
I'm just enamored
Ghost.
that you say my judgment's sound. That's a first. Everyone heard it.
Goes to Chorus and touches his forehead. Her eyes, you see a little sadness in her eyes for a moment. For you, I think while you were doing this, I would need you to focus on your fight here, not so much your fight on other planes. I'll hold on to that for you. And then she goes to Rose. Touches her forehead. She has to bend down a little bit.
Yeah. Let's go kneel down.
Interesting. I sense many spirits about you. For this fight, I think only yours is needed. I'll hold on to the others. That's all. And then once you return the necklace, these items will be returned to you.
What if
All right.
what if I don't want it back?
Well, I suppose we could work out the details. I cannot, in good conscience, keep it once you've completed your end of the bargain. That's not how bargains work. However, perhaps we could work out another trade that would somehow work for you to let me hold on to that. I could do something else for you.
So, as insurance for your necklace from us, you want my anger?
It's just really to make sure that you return with my item. I'm entrusting you with a
Yes.
great gift, and I'm giving you great power.
Yes, I
to be
don't
able
care.
to recover
Yes.
it. Yes, of course. So I will hold on to your rage.
And just
You
to
see
be
Nemeia
clear,
visibly relax.
just to be clear, you don't anticipate us running into these sisters while we're after this weapon and your necklace, of course.
No, they are not over here. I can show you exactly where they are, but the only way you would run into them is if they were leaving their lair, and they don't do that. They don't. This is their domain. They will not travel to where I'm sending you.
Sounds reasonable to me.
You said your necklace was taken. Who took it?
It was one of those mirror people. Not the ones that became the marrow. It was another one. They claimed it as a trophy from me, and it has bound me to this land. Once they took it, I was no longer able to enter the water. But I still live on the shore because the water is my home, and I wish to return there someday. And I stay here as long as I can, holding the death at bay as long as I can, because I hope to someday be able to return.
What does the necklace turn you into?
It allows me to do all kinds of things, but it just depends on my mood. Sometimes I will swim like a dolphin, just skipping across the top of the water, singing and chatting with the other dolphins. Sometimes it turns me into a squid, where I can shoot my ink and make my way through the ocean at super fast speeds. Sometimes I
That
turn
sounds
into an
so much
otter.
fun.
Yeah, it's delightful to be able to be, like an otter and play with the other otters. It really depends on my mood.
Oh, I know
I
that one. I know
agree.
an otter.
But that is what I need, and if you are able to help me, that would help you. This trident would definitely give you an advantage against the sisters, and
Oh,
you would be welcome to keep it once you returned. And I have no need for it. I have my powers back, and you would have what you need to defeat the sisters, and then you would be free to go about your way. I will return what I've held on to you, for you, and we will go from there.
Does this do you think the trident and the necklace are in the same place?
No, the necklace is probably in more of a place of, well, the person who took it, I would imagine, is holding it in a place of honor, a place where they would store their other treasures or things that they like to go look at from time to time and gloat about.
And the trident would be deeper down?
I imagine it would be held by the person who defeated me in combat.
Ah.
Go get your things back.
I would love it if you would. Do we have an accord?
Yes.
yes.
Fine.
How long will I not be able to drown for?
Until you return and reclaim your item that I'm holding for you.
Okay.
Let's do it.
And to you, little one. Rose, she looks at you. Are you on board as well?
Yes. I'm happy to help.
Well, then, and she looks out and sees Thorn.
Yeah, could you just keep an eye on him for me, please? He's a true sweetheart. His name's Thorn.
Scratching behind
Dogs?
his ear.
Dogs don't really like me. I can't imagine this giant one will like me either. I can.
Just go
I can-
go just talk to Thorn Thorn,
I can
don't worry,
transform
buddy.
him as well, if you like.
Oh. Transform him so he can also go underwater.
Yes.
Would you like that, buddy? So go and ask.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Just
Will
go
there
for a
be
swim.
Things. Oh, swim?
Yes.
Okay.
God.
She draws up a contract, and as she's doing it, you see different vials and things start floating over from the shelves and pouring into the cauldron.
The laundry?
Yes, the same cauldron that has laundry.
Laundry water.
Love it.
No, this is just fabric softener. What do you... I have another cauldron for my spells. This is... You really are not familiar with magic, are you? Interesting. Anyway, so she draws up the contract and leaves it for you to sign, and then she goes over to a cauldron over on a cook fire and makes another potion. And
Edie's watching
it
intently.
takes... Make a insight, or not insight check, investigation check, perception check. I'll let you pick.
Oh,
Who?
Her.
Oh.
cool. I'll go perception. 6.
No.
Yeah. You see her... Let's be honest, it wouldn't have mattered too much anyway, because you can't read. You see her pulling vials off the shelves and dumping things in, and pinches of this, and flakes of that, and things like that, and she's pouring it in. The fire starts
Edie
burning
goes to
hotter.
grab the things as she makes
like-
them float away.
She slaps your hand.
At any
Those
point, can
are
I
part
grab a
the-
bottle of
Those are the
something?
dangerous. Make a sleight of hand check against her perception.
We're all gonna die.
20, dirty 20.
All right.
Holy shit.
Let me see here. I want you to now roll a... Go ahead and roll a d20 and just tell me what number you get.
This is gonna be wild.
17.
You grab a vial, and I will message you what it is.
Okie dokie.
Amazing.
And she does not appear to notice it.
Absolute chaos.
All right. So she
it was most sparkly
presents you the contract. Now, if you will all sign this, please. Actually,
I rush to the front and sign it.
we should probably do this outside. So,
I storm outside.
okay. So she offers it to you, and she snaps, and like a piece of driftwood kind of pops up and like elongates into like a podium that you can sign the contract on.
Yep, I sign it in
Okay.
really neat
Make-
cursive.
Make a perception check while you're signing.
Oh, I probably should read the contract, hey.
Just
Nope.
like
No. That's a 7 plus that's an 8.
Okay, good to know. Who's next?
I'll go ahead and sign.
Yeah.
I am also taking the time to
Okay.
read it though.
Okay. You read it over. It's pretty straightforward. It says, you know,
It lines up with what
they
she was
who
describing
sign.
to us. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They who sign this contract agrees to abide by the terms that we discussed. Henceforth, there shall be named. All the legalese.
Yeah.
All the I's are dotted, T's are crossed. So as you're signing, go ahead and make a perception check.
Nope. It is not a day for perception. 6.
oh.
Perfect. Okay, who's
I just-
next?
Sure. I'll go sign.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check as you're signing.
Okay, that is a 15.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And then who's next?
Oh, the dreaded there we go. It just moves on. No acknowledgement of the number.
Nope.
Edie,
Nemeia's
Edie
tail
doesn't-
starts thrashing.
Edie doesn't understand
sand.
what signing something is, so she's watching everyone else. She grabs whatever everyone's using and she scribbles like they did in the exact same motion, almost copying whoever's signature was like Rose's signature.
Okay.
So she just wrote Rose in very messy writing.
Go ahead and as you do that, please make a perception check.
16.
Okay. And then finally, Chorus.
He very
I agree with your face 100%, Haley. Your face is accurate to the situation.
I was
very
like, oh, that's not bad. Never mind.
This is fine.
Instead of sitting in a burning building, it's a dying island.
Ooh, ooh, ah, ee, ah.
But you're not going to catch on fire there. Chorus, what did you roll for perception as you were signing?
what's my perception? As a 14.
Okay.
My
Once
hand hurts.
you guys are all
Yeah.
signed, the contract rolls up on its own, a bow, things around it. She grabs it by the hand and she says, "The deal is made. Enjoy." All of you, all of a sudden, start like, can't breathe. And she's like, "In the water, please."
Vic's just trust fall backwards into the surf.
Just like go jump in. It's like a mini cannonball.
Chorus will
Knowing
wait.
how hesitant Edie's gonna be, Nemeia's gasping herself, grabs Edie around the waist and just tries to fly into the water, like up and over, and just sort of dive into it.
Once you all get in the water, you feel your bodies start like almost like vibrating. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Die.
So, we will
Ah.
come back. We will be here in 10 minutes. Go use the restroom. Go get a refill on snacks. I'm going to have my jelly beans when we come back. We will be good to go
Yay.
for the rest of this episode. So we'll see you soon, guys.
Oh my god!
Don't leave.
there! Are you looking for a new D&D podcast to add to your listening lineup? Then check out The Ring of Contrarians. Start with the world-shattering adventures of the Rift Wars in Season 1, or join the dungeon-delving shenanigans of the Dungeons of Faerun in Season 2. New episodes go live on the 8th, 16th, and 24th of every month wherever you listen to podcasts, and on YouTube. Keep updated on Facebook and Twitter at Of Contrarians, and join the adventure with The Ring of Contrarians!
come back. 3. This is what just happened here. 3, 2, 1. Because she had pizza. And I really wish you would have just turned the camera back on right then.
Me
Because
too. That would have just been so
That would've
good.
that would have been priceless.
I couldn't do that to poor
Nemeia
Tails.
diving off screen as we start back up. That would have been
I had to
that would
get
have
rid
been
of the
everything.
crust.
But
I
you
couldn't
ruined
get
that.
the crust on screen.
You ruined it for me, Matt. So thanks. When we left off, the party had encountered Vanessa, a magic user who lived in the cottage that they discovered on the coast or edge of the beach. Seems friendly and invited them to help her help themselves, help her help them. They're help. It's a mutual exchange of help, is what it is. And she asked the party to go after. They said she could go. She could give them the ability to survive underwater if they would go recover her necklace, and in doing so, while they were down there, they could get a trident, which would give them enough strength to be able to have an advantage against the sisters, the sea hags. They all agreed that they would do this. You signed a contract, and you started immediately choking as the air was now hard for you to breathe. You made your way into the water, breathing eased as you got in the water, and then you felt your body start to vibrate. Chorus. As you get in the water, your body, the vibrations are going on. You feeling like this tingling sensation, and all of a sudden your legs start like to feel tighter and tighter, and you notice your legs fusing together, and your skin starts to turn from the color of, well, I guess eggshell-ish, I don't know, kind of pasty-ish white, into like almost like a vibrant blue, and a fin like stretches out of your back, and this big like sail reaches down from like your neck down to your butt, and your nose starts like
Your butt.
elongating.
Your butt.
Your nose starts like elongating and grows out in front of you to this point. It's still your face. You still have arms, but you've taken on most of the properties of a swordfish, and you are now in the water. But as a result of the contract, you have lost. There it is. Your planar warrior ability.
That hurts.
Nemeia, you get
No
in,
D8 for you.
and your body going through the same change. Your wings wrap around you and kind of conjoin with your legs, and your body elongates, and your nose grows out, your snout grows out again, and you get these jagged teeth that drop down, and your flesh is mottled and spotted. And you take on, and your eyes just go, if they're not already, they go pure black. You take on the appearance of a moray eel, and you lose the ability to rage. You still have your arms, so it's like you're long and have your arms. So
Okay, did anyone else get the image
Like
of
Haley
Trogdor in their
and
head?
Edie losing it.
You're the cutest.
eating.
Yes.
Your legs also start fusing together, and the hair falls off and starts like scaling over, like with gold scales, and you start getting a little bit rounder in the middle, and your cheeks, while your face stays mostly the same, starts to balloon out a little bit, and you're like, and they're also gold and scaled, and you get like a little fin, and even though you still keep your arms, you sprout little like side fins as well. You become this cute little, but bigger than normal, chubby little goldfish.
Cute.
But your horns are still there, and Nemeia, yours are as well. With your
What an
contractual agreement, You lose your meta magic.
Don't have any left anyway.
It is for the length of the time that you are in this
Yeah.
form.
I'm just being.
Let's
using
see.
meta.
Yeah, you're so meta.
Meta about that
Rose.
meta magic.
You are in the water, and as you're shaking and vibrating, your legs start like coming together, and you're like, okay, what's this? And then it starts like you feel like a snap and crack. It doesn't hurt, but you're aware of joints like and popping as your legs like bend up in front of you
Oh.
instead of like behind you. It's almost like your knees reversed. And also,
Ouch.
you sprout out two little like side fins under your arms, and your snout like elongates, and you have a little fin that goes from like here, just rides back, and you turn into a seahorse. You lose, with the agreement of the contract, you lose your spirit totem.
Yeah. Not as much.
Vix, you elongate as well. Like your head like starts stretching out, like it just and it grows up, and your legs kind of grow longer and floppy, and your arms grow longer and floppy, and your eyes just get huge, and you turn bluish, like with like stripes running across you. Your arms are still arms, but your legs are most definitely more tentacles, and you sprout a couple extras. You take on the image of a cuttlefish. And with your judge and with your contract you're signing, you lose your judgments.
Yep.
Vanessa looks at you all as you're taking your forms. Oh, and before we forget Thorn, he gets in the water as well. His body
There's two ways you could go with this. They're both
drastically-
correct.
Well, I'm taking it probably a different way, but we'll see.
Okay.
His body drastically shrinks and keeps shrinking until he's about the size of a beach ball. And his claws kind of suck in from his paws and start popping out all over his body as he becomes a pufferfish.
Yes.
Yes.
Wasn't what I was
And
thinking.
with
but
his
I-
size reduction and becoming a fish, he loses the ability to knock things prone.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Amazing.
Vanessa steps to the edge of the beach, and you see the longing in her eyes that she wishes she could be in the water with you. It is the brackish, dirty, dying water, and she tells you this water will not suffice for long. You need to keep moving. And she points off in the distance. It is many leagues that you will travel. Probably will take you a day or two to reach where you're going. But you're looking for first, well, I mean, you can do it in whatever order you wish. But the trident will be found most likely in a castle, guarded by at least one mer person. And the necklace will be in their treasure trove, which is not a part of the castle. It is a distance away. And she points the direction. You will swim out and down, or you can just start swimming down, whichever way you prefer. It doesn't matter to me. But once you reach a couple of miles a distance from the island, the water will freshen up, and everything will be as it should be. The Sisters' reach does not extend that far. They are mostly currently focused on the island. So the faster you go and come back, the faster we can put a stop to what they're doing, and you will all be safe.
Sounds good.
Wait,
Yes. Edie is just having the time of her life in the ocean. This is like the first time she's like gone swimming carefree in a very, very long time.
Nemeia is actively swimming in loops and twirls and laughing,
Yeah, Rose is enjoying this.
doing
It's-
somersaults and
for her, it's almost like akin to
The
wild
speed
shape.
the speed difference between some of you is pretty noticeable. You can still wild shape. How successful that will be underwater remains to be seen.
Oh no.
I guess we swim.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
As you swim, you definitely notice that your bodies have different swim speeds. The seahorse probably moves at about the same speed in the water that Rose did on land. And the goldfish also probably moves at about 25 feet per round. So you're not like super fast in the water, but you can breathe. You can see, still with no dark vision, like your vision would be limited by those same guidelines. But as you're going, you can do, and as you start getting deeper, the pressures of the ocean, you feel the weight, but it doesn't adversely affect you. Once you get underwater and away from the island, you do notice that the unnatural darkness lifts. You start seeing live fish swimming around. You start seeing active seaweed moving, doing what seaweed does. I don't know how much you'd see while actually there if you weren't down at the bottom. I'm not a marine biologist. But you do see...
In Vengalia, it's how it happens.
Yeah.
And in Vengalia, it's just there. Like, what's up,
Fantasy
Bill?
seaweed.
I'm seaweed. But yeah, you guys have some travel time ahead of you. Do you guys have anything that you wish to discuss while you're traveling?
has all of our items, everything we had on us, become waterproof as well?
Make a perception check.
Oh, God damn it.
I will also do that perception.
Oh, absolutely. The owl egg.
Oh no!
21.
Temperature.
This owl's gonna hatch underwater.
10.
12.
So
Something
it's hard to tell for most of you. Your new forms make it harder to check your inventory. Like if it's like you don't, like as a seahorse, you don't have a lot of like range. Like, hey, let me grab, this, or let me do that. Vix, you've got long.
Backpack.
Huh?
A seahorse with a backpack just makes
Right? It's just like, Vix, you with your long tentacly arms are able to reach around and nope, this wasn't waterproofed at all. This is just me carrying my baggage. My bedroll is definitely soaked at this point, as well as anything else in this bag.
Vix very quickly just like chucks like all of their paper items. Watch those for me, and then goes back, like rolls back into the water.
Oh gosh.
As you've traveled, you threw it. You try to throw it from the ocean.
I think checking that as like before we jetted off, like.
Oh, before you did. Okay.
Yeah, like this is weird. Wait, the first thing would have been like, is my prayer book soaked? And like checking around to make sure that like we didn't just screw up everything.
Water has started getting into the bag. I'll say at this point, if you're doing it right beforehand, it's damp, but it is not.
Yeah.
If you did, if we're retroactively doing that, it was damp, but it had not yet been waterlogged.
I will throw the scroll that I found, that I have not told anyone that I have, of Vix's personas.
Could she like? Okay, can I ask for someone's help? I just need to get the owl egg out. It's just like
course.
trying to reach. It's just like.
Chorus will swim over and very delicately place the owl egg over back on the beach.
Perfect.
As he pokes her in the back with his
Yeah,
nose.
yeah.
How do I get gotta get the red? So anything that you want to leave on shore, you're able to leave on shore. And then you continue traveling. As you swim, it's hard to tell time because the water takes on, it's dark. It's dark all the time. There's not a sunrise, sunset. So it's more of a feel thing.
Vix is acting as the group's lantern, using their little color-changing stuff.
Nice.
As you do that, go ahead and make a perception check, Vix.
Oh my gosh! Every time 6.
Okay, you've got your little strobe light as you're going in the water.
Edie, once Edie notices the strobe light, she smacks her ring.
Edie, go ahead and make yourself a perception check.
Uh, 17.
You notice with your light that it seems to draw attention from other sea life. You get like other fish and stuff start to swim near and like.
I like boop noses with like a bunch of them, and we're swimming around together.
Any sort of fish life and stuff that we encounter, Rose is just like basically calling out like, "Hi!" Like, "Oh my gosh, you look, wow, you're so pretty," and just like seeing like all the different like wildlife. Ooh, you're kind of scary, but hi.
As soon as Edie notices that Rose is talking to the fish, she's like, "Wait, no, say hi to that one for me. No, say hi to that one for me. And wait, that one." And then like I'm like,
Just say hi to all
As you're
of
saying
them.
hi to some of these fish, you get some like, "Oh, hi there. Who's that? I don't know." Others are just like staring at you, like not sure what's going on. You hear one who's like, "Oh, hi there," and then you hear a, "What are you looking at? I was just being friendly. You're gonna get it when we get home." Somebody said hi. What was I supposed to do? Ignore them? Is that who you were with last night?
We're just starting domestic disputes.
Yeah, the undersea domestic disputes. It's a real thing.
Vix like cloaks themselves and swims by very quietly. Check out the fins on that one, and then just swims away.
Oh, with this like the marital problem one, like I imagine Rose would just go like also there and just be like, "Hey, both of you, I need you both to just take deep breaths and focus on what's important. The fact that you love each other, and
Fish
I
marriage
want-
counselor Rhodes.
It's a swim by marriage counseling appointment.
That's what a hussy would say.
Ooh. Those statements make. I want you to use "I feel" statements to talk about all of.
I feel like you were out last night with someone else, and I feel like I should know who. Well, I feel like I should be entitled to have some of my own time, and I feel like that you don't have to know every aspect of my life.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You're getting to what you actually feel.
I feel a
Rose,
little
what's
weird
going on?
with this fish that I've never seen in the ocean before, and she doesn't exactly look like a fish. I feel like that wouldn't make a difference with you, would it, Harry?
Or even the
And you
dog.
see, like the fish just kind of stops, like swimming, and just like.
I think both of you need to just take some time. How about both of you just spend time close? Just go and touch each other gently and just deep breaths and quiet. Just feel each other's presence.
You see the one that she called Harry, like try to reach out, and her fin like knocks his way. I feel like I'm going to my mother's house, and you're staying with the eggs tonight. And she just swims off.
I feel.
Is this the beginning of Nemo?
This is the very
She's
dark
like,
version of Nemo.
She's like,
Am I the moray eel?
and then Harry's like, Carol, come. Oh,
I'm
I
so
feel like it's going to be
sorry.
a long night. And then he looks.
It'll be okay.
And then he looks. So, what you doing tonight? Got a nest of eggs that needs some attention.
That sounds like something that is your problem. I was just here to help with your marriage. I think I should probably go, but
I feel like you did a lousy job with that. Thanks a lot. And he swims like, Carol, come back. Carol, she means nothing to me. Like his little fin. Carol! And then,
And of course, none of us understood any of what just happened.
yeah, no, you guys didn't have a clue
Dang
what
it.
was going on.
So did you
You
say
know-
I
But we
you
enjoyed
just
the
saw,
show.
like- You saw the fish mouth moving and like bubbles, and that's, you know.
sorry about that. Everyone is just these fish have such unhappy lives down here as well. I try to help, but I feel I couldn't.
Down here, all the fish ain't happy.
Mhm.
Oh. Well,
You notice
Well,
as you guys are swimming that Thorn is still having a hard time getting a hang of the idea of swimming. And so, like, every once in a while you look over and he's actually, like, doing, like, slow somersaults through the water as he, like, over paddles with his tail. And so he ends up just doing somersaults and, like, he's just not getting the idea of, like, wiggling his backside to swim.
Amazing.
And then, like, he gets it for a moment, and with his dog brain, he gets excited, so wags his tail some more, and then ends up, like, helicopter spinning, like, through the water. He's having a real hard time.
Edie will like cast her mage hand and just like bop him in the right direction every time he kind of gets out of line with the rest of the group. Stay with us,
Not gonna
Thorn.
pop a fish around.
It's like when you're a kid, like, and you're just kicking a balloon around, like, to keep it in front of you
Yeah.
as you're walking. Yeah, okay, perfect. I love that idea, that imagery. You guys get deeper and deeper, and you start seeing, like, the normal traditional sea life get harder, like, fewer and far between. The water does start getting colder as you're getting deeper. Your bodies are acclimating to it, though. It's just you feel the temperature drop. As you get deeper still, you start seeing signs of civilization, or at least what would probably be civilization down here. You see some ruins of buildings and things of that nature. You see shipwrecks from ships that have sailed overhead long past. It is now probably, with how long you've been traveling, probably getting close to like 9 or 10 at night.
Has it? So
You guys want to
it's
keep
been a
going? Do you
while.
want to try to find a place to... You've been traveling for probably 5 or 6 hours.
Maybe we should try and find a little cave of some sorts to rest up.
One of the shipwrecks.
That
That's what I
works.
was thinking.
Ooh.
Make
Oh,
a
yeah.
perception check.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
What was that? Chorus.
7.
Nice. Chorus
Yeah.
is like
So it's
looking
total
one
of-
way. He's like, man, I don't see anything. We're gonna have to keep going. And
You're supposed to look down, mate. Ships sink.
and you find like a ship that appears to have been severely damaged, obviously, which is why it's sunk. It's kind of been broken in half and kind of settled. Like, so one end is pointing up one way, one end is pointing up the other way, and like there's the broken like middle section. in the bottom. And it does appear that it could serve as a potential place for you to set up for the night.
Do you guys want to find a quick place to hide, and I'll make sure there's no nasties that have already claimed the ship first?
Yeah.
I'll
Sure.
come with you. Just better to stick in pairs, I think.
Okay.
Don't split
Vix?
the party.
Hide and seek. Count to 10, and Edie swims off.
My heart.
I have been summoned, Vic says, and just like bloop, 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 after Edie.
Little ink trail behind him.
Cuttlefish
Guys,
don't
you
do
made
ink.
me
They're
ink.
just really
No.
cute.
Just
Aw.
Oh, you guys made me ink.
You made me ink.
Saved your life. Disney Pixar, mate. Give me a movie, I'll quote it.
Poor Dustin.
That's my special skill.
I was hoping we'd
Who
find a
needs
cave
rage
so
when
we
you
could
can
see.
quote Pixar movies?
I was hoping we'd find a
Right?
cave so we could see how many wonders one cave can hold.
Look at this stuff.
It was a cavern, so it's okay.
Yeah.
If there's not a roll for who's
Treasures.
it's and what, I'm gonna be upset.
Can Edie roll to hide?
I want to
It's
find
a
gadgets and
dingle
gizmos
hopper.
aplenty.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check if you're rolling to hide.
At,
I will
Oh,
also roll.
even at a
Oh my
disadvantage.
gosh!
I got a
Gotta stop rolling
18.
that dice.
Underwater, your bells would not have been making noise.
I got a natural 20.
oh no.
So that's a 23.
Edie swims off into the distance. And
I was swimming right after to hide with
Mm.
her, not against her.
Oh yeah,
what is
Um,
your perception
Rose would
check? Make a
eventually
perception
try
check to see if you can
catch
keep an
up.
eye on her, though.
Oh shit.
yeah.
I did yell out.
17.
You're staying right with her, and then all of a sudden she like just cuts real fast, and you look, but she's gone.
She's a
And I-
goldfish.
And I grab like I just grab him and I kind of with the mage hand and I scoop him to where I'm hiding.
At first, you see Vix's tentacles all curl up like in a huff, like.
You just see this big hand come out and just grab you.
All right, can we search the ship then? I guess.
Just Edie, what was your perception check to see if you see them?
18. Oh, perception.
No, sorry, not Edie.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rose. Rose.
Oh yeah. My perception check was a 13.
You went after him. You saw him swimming away, and you went after him, and then you, guys, where are you?
She's just kind of
Let's-
like just looking around
let's-
like
And
like
then
in
also,
the sort of rigid movements like in this like the like seahorse form. It's just like yep.
and I will let you roll for Thorn as well. So +3 to perception.
Sure. Thorn, nice, 19.
He follows a little bit longer, but then loses him as well.
Thorn.
He slowly like rotates back, and then starts like rocking backwards, and he ends up like looking at you upside down.
Thorn.
Just imagine his little fins are going absolutely nuts.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure out the whole equilibrium thing.
He's on his side.
Yeah.
Maybe he just stayed on land.
He's gonna be
fine.
instrumental to whatever happens here
Yes.
in some way.
There will be a
Oh
moment.
yeah.
Okay. Quarus and Nemeia, what are you guys doing?
Just
I just want to stealthily swim around the boat, make sure
Roll
there's
stealth.
no nasties. Ew. Do I get advantage because I'm camouflaged?
No.
I'm a mottled eel!
But you're also not normally a fish.
but modelled.
I got a 19 for stealth.
Okay.
I got a 12.
You swim around. Make a perception check as well.
16.
11.
Okay. As you're looking through the boat, you do see wreckage. You see like rope that is now like green and covered in barnacles, like the just the big old sea ropes. You see some destroyed like ballista that had been like on the side of the ship. You do, of course, actually see some holes that had punctured the side from ballista damage. So you take it to it that this ship was sunk in some sort of fight. But you don't see any signs, either of you, of any hostile creatures or any baddies in here at all. It looks like it's a fairly safe place. And you
Cool.
even find like a flattened area that is under cover, like inside, like the cabins
So we won't get
and
rained
stuff
on.
like that. So, well, more so you have a place to sleep that's not
Yeah,
like
I
at an angle than anything. Like, so you're not sleeping like in. I mean, you're welcome to sleep trying to float if you want, but you're also welcome to try to sleep like however your fish would.
Tied to the boat.
Hanging upside down, like is that
Yeah.
how he horse sleeps?
I think so. Cool. I guess I'll swim back and try to find the rest of the party.
I'll go
you,
too.
you swim back and go ahead and make a perception check. I'll say at disadvantage.
No!
No, don't take it from him.
No.
Damn it! Would have been enough too. It was a 23. 11.
I say at disadvantage because they went off like ahead of you,
Yeah.
and you would have been trying to catch up. And you see Rose easily enough because she's kind of just swimming around. Like once you kind of swim back the way, you see Rose easily enough, but you cannot find Edie and Vix, who are playing hide and seek really well.
As I catch up to Rose, as Chorus says, "Oh, what was that? Oh, I used to play it back. Ollie, oxen free! Come out!"
Hopefully that works. I've been trying to find them and, well, just trying to keep Thorn from, well, just rolling away.
Can I?
Thorn is now like corkscrewing, like
Can I take out
like a barrel
the
roll through the water?
extremely like damp rope that I have and like try to unbraid a little bit of it and tie a little bit to Thorn and then also like a little bit to Rose?
Sure.
Okay.
Now he's just like a balloon.
Tether.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
You have a thorn balloon.
like the frog.
We've jumped over to Shrek when they make the snake and the frog balloon.
Yeah.
I mean, DreamWorks works too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Duloc, such a perfect
Nope.
Well,
Nope. All right. Edie and Vix, what are you guys doing? All huddled up alone where no one else
Yeah.
can see you.
Vix has like 4 tentacles go.
you see, so Edie is actually starts to freeze the water around Rose and Chorus's head, and like there's little bits that just go bloop, and like obviously fall because they're heavier than the water. She's just like wants to bonk him on the head.
All right. Well, we're gonna go find a spot to sleep in the boat. I'll be sure to save any shiny objects for you, Edie.
Thank you.
Chorus. Can I
Make
roll
a perception check.
Yeah. 21.
Edie broke stealth to yell thank you. You were able to go over and find them.
Great.
Hi.
Hi, I found you.
Good job.
Can we go find somewhere to rest for them? Or whatever this is.
Sure.
Cool. And swim back to the boat where we have found a spot.
Let's go.
While Chorus was doing that, how I wanted to sort of stay in the boat and try and find sort of any loose wreckage that I could sort of narrow the entrance and exit and just sort of reinforce it a little bit.
So this is a wrecked ship that was used for war. So there are areas where there are like cabins and things like that. There was crew quarters. So you, depending on where you're wanting to stay within the ship, there are like stairways actually up inside where you can like, and only have like the hatch of a ship that you can like cover up and things like that. You are able to find a fairly
like,
secure.
totally gutted, like split in half. But if the
It had split, yeah. So the ship had split, but it was broken. So like one end was pointing up one way, one end was pointing up. So there's opposite ends of the ship that are still really big, and there's rooms and stuff still in there. There are also some body, skeletons and stuff of the sea sailors that are there, but they won't mind. They'll share the space.
They come back
I
to
don't
life.
I'll get rid of them. Anime dead. No, so I'll start tidying up and reinforcing whatever areas that I can.
Okay. Make a survival check just to see how.
Ooh, I'm good at that.
Until you roll a 1.
I mean, it was nearly, but it is a 17.
Nearly a 1. Basically the same. Yeah, you do a great job. You set up like where you because there was like the portholes and stuff like that, so you can see out. So you kind of find some driftwood and stuff to kind of place over it, so you can still see through. You have like an eyesight through, and you line it with some seaweed. So like looking in, it doesn't look. You can't see in very well, but looking out, you still have like holes where you can see, and you're able to guard up any holes. You feel like pretty secure with what you just created.
Vix is experimenting with their shape changing. So they are like bumping up against the side of the hull and like imagine being less squishy and like trying to shift into like a barnacle.
Your body resists it at first, but eventually you are able to take on the properties of like you all of a sudden you're like, and then like your head like pops out like the little shell thing.
God.
Your shoulders, like in your collarbone, actually like elongate to become like the outer shell of the barnacle for your head to pop out of, and it's kind of it feels really weird because like most of your insides are encouraged like encased within this shell, but like you pop up and so you feel like yourself almost standing up outside of yourself for a moment, and then you kind of pop back inside.
This is truly horrific on an experiential level.
It looks awful.
I wasn't prepared for this.
You look terrifying, but tasty.
Nope. And like squanches off of the ship and just like goes back to being little cuttlefish form. Don't want to awaken any instincts while we're down here beneath the surface.
Nemeia's heard that, and being a moray eel, I can open my jaw quite substantially. And I'm going to swim past and like gently tap Vix.
I think you also have I think it's called a pharyngeal jaw. You have
I do.
The alien mouth inside.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
This just got a whole lot scarier.
So I make a display. I make a display of swimming past Vix and doing that.
Vix does Sigourney Weaver.
Vix, their tentacles all go splayed out, and they just like make their body like big and tall, and then have this like undulating blue red yellow pattern to them. That's like this like hypnosis thing going on.
Ooh.
Undulation.
Party
Ugh.
time.
All right. So you guys have your shelter set up.
Yeah.
Edie's like,
do?
no, the map! As all of the charcoal has come off of her bedroll that she's pulled out for no reason.
Are we still
Aw.
medium-sized, or are we like the size of... We're still medium-sized, okay.
Well, oh, I was just saying, if you were small, I was following you.
No.
Those of us who
That's not the first time I've heard that, darling.
This is just Rose
Wink,
is just
wink.
here like
Wink,
whoop.
wink.
This is actually the most relaxed any of you
Is
have
it hot in
ever
here?
seen.
Oh my.
Is this water heating up?
Yeah, all of you stay the same size except for Thorn, who shrunk down dramatically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because that's a lot funnier than a horse-sized, pufferfish.
Which would you rather fight? No.
A horse-sized or a direwolf-sized pufferfish, or a pufferfish-sized direwolf.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we won't be lighting a fire, but perhaps this will work. And Chorus casts light just on
Oh,
some of
thank
the stuff around, so it lights up the area, kind of like a fire, campfire.
Yeah, that so much
Just this
brighter in
light.
here.
It's just
Like,
a glowing
get the
piece of wood.
Edie goes and sits by it.
Do we really want to do that? We're underwater. Light usually attracts things.
Friends.
Oh,
I figured
And I
you were well
have
hidden
spent the
over here.
last... Well, I have fortified it, but... I just want to make sure we're safe. I can't lose more potential friends.
Only potential.
Upon hearing light might be bad, Vix turns off the light display on their skin.
Can't see anything now.
I suppose we are close to the ruins. We need to stay safe. There are worse things down here than relationship issues.
Yeah, Chorus also turns the light off. If it'll make you feel better, I think that's totally fine.
I didn't mean to offend.
No offense at all.
No, you're probably very correct to
Yes.
play it cautious. We are quite
say I've-
literally out of our element.
Can't say I've ever been a fish before, so more
You-
caution
you-
seems brave.
If
Like what
all
I
of you notice, you actually notice that the red flashing light is in a corner now on its own, huddled.
Hey.
Chorus,
Kind of hear some whimpering a little bit.
Chorus pulls out
Oh.
one of
Just
the.
go.
Actually, Chorus goes over to Edie and says, "Hey, Edie, you remember that coin I gave you?
Hmm?
Could I see it for just a second?"
Yeah, here. And
Did you just turn
he
Australian?
finds it. Yeah. I just felt. I was like, wait a second. Who's this? Chorus.
What's happening?
Inside check. What's going on?
Yeah, right.
No,
G'day, mate. What?
you're copying my accent.
It's
Um,
really bad.
Oi.
Yeah, I have to keep myself from doing it, and it'll happen a
Sorry.
lot. So,
No, you're all good.
No.
That's what happens when you get two
Uh,
Australians in the
I-
party.
Yeah. I hand over the coin after finding it.
Cool.
It's just in my pocket.
I cast light on the coin and say, "Keep this somewhat hidden, but hopefully it'll help light at least the area around you for a little bit."
Thank you. You see Edie like taps off the flashing light now, and she grabs parts of her skirt and just over the top of herself. And now she's like just in the corner with the light, hopefully dimming it.
Edie, you don't have a skirt on anymore because you're a fish.
Yeah.
You have a tail.
Maybe just hide
all
your
of our
fins.
clothing.
Does she have
Your
those
clothing-
giant, like, the giant, like,
imagine it's wild
Goldeen
shape.
fins?
Yeah, you've got giant fins and stuff now.
Okay, I use my giant fins then to be a blanket to try and muffle the light so I don't cause any trouble for the party.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Edie.
It's okay. I just don't do well in the dark.
I understand, but we're all together, and well, I think we should all keep an eye out, make sure that we're safe. But I think we'll be okay.
I can keep an eye out now. I can see you.
Oh, I can see.
That
Yeah.
was something else I was gonna bring up, Vix, I'm really sorry about last night. The last thing I said to you, I yelled, and then I didn't talk for the rest of the night, and then you went missing, and I'm rambling, but it could have been prevented if we had some sort of watch. So I'm happy to take the first watch, or I'll even take the dead shift.
It's water off a squid's back, darling. You don't have to worry about such things.
No,
Let's watch
was
together.
useless in the
And they
fight.
just sort of like float around in circles. I'm still getting used to this new form. It's very odd changing in it. So I'm probably going to stay awake just experimenting a little bit if you don't mind.
Okay. Like I said, I'm happy to take the dead shift. I can still see pretty well.
Let's do a watch order.
What's a watch order?
It's the order in which we watch things. So we'll stay
Can I go
awake.
first?
I have no no reason not to.
I don't mind. I'll take the. How about I take the last watch then? I normally am an early riser anyway.
Okay. So, how many, in order for all of us to get a long rest, how long should we have our watch stints so that none of us suffer from exhaustion?
If you do like 3 rests, that's generally enough.
So pair off in
3
twos?
watches?
Yeah, okay.
Well, Vix, you stay up with me and we can experiment.
Indeed. And there you can see their tentacles like starting to like come together and turn into crab claws.
Impressive.
I'm going to start bringing things over for you to snip. Just anything and everything.
You find like just some little like old arrows and stuff like that that are like rotted, and you find some little twigs, some empty shells and things like that. All right. Anything else that you all would like to do before you bed for the night?
No, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to get what I want, so.
Just before Edie goes to bed during like the first watch, she takes like part of her chain, like one of her longer chains, and instead of having Ellie tucked into her belt, she's got her floating on the end of a chain. She's like,
That's awesome.
No.
I'm not going to have any more heartstrings if you keep ripping them out of my chest like this.
So we have a Thorn balloon and an Ellie balloon. Both.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's the Macy's
Ellie
Day
looking.
Parade down here.
Nemeia, what were you
her
saying?
Ellie's taking a
What were you saying you were wanting to do? You said you didn't think you'd be able to do what you want to do. Or...
Yeah, nope, I'm not going to be able to do it, so it's fine.
That's so cryptic.
It's
Mysterious.
Yeah.
Someone
Okay.
wanted
Curious.
Welcome to the
someone
world
wanted
of
the whole watch.
Nemeia. Welcome to the mind of Nemeia. It's a cryptic place.
So who's taking first watch?
It was
like-
Vix and Edie.
Okay. As you bed down for the night, Vix and Edie get ready to take their first watch. The rest of you find a not dry, but a place where you can kind of curl up, or however your shape
Just float.
currently sleeps. You begin the process of taking a long rest. Not sure of what will happen in the morning as you continue your journey to try to gather this trident and to get Vanessa's necklace. That is where we will pick up next week.
Whoa.
3
So
more hours.
thank you.
We'll just keep playing.
Let's go another one.
Please, please.
Another one.
Again.
Please, sir, may I have
More.
some more?
Encore.
We want to thank you all for joining us today. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
to everyone. You're beautiful. We love you. Stay safe out there. If you can do something nice for someone this week, do it. Like, just do it. Just be nice to someone. Don't ask for something in return. Just go be nice.
Give a
But
nice
until then,
compliment.
give a nice compliment. Don't necessarily try to provide
Drive-by
marital
marriage.
counseling if you're not a trained marriage
Yeah.
counselor. Doesn't always have the intended effects. But until then, stay safe. We love you. And are you ready for more tales?
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Yes, always.
Already.
Bye, guys.
Always.